guests here today. I'll tell you, our first contestant is traveling in her I was going to say Winnebago RV. Winnebago's old school, isn't it? Cami Baker. She is an HGTV House Hunters veteran, top 5% realtor, and America's authority on secret real estate niche that is funding nonprofits by the billions. Cami is no stranger to creative business development strategies and will share mind-blowing ideas on how to double profitability, making money, and making a difference. Welcome, Cami Baker.
Thank you.
Hey, Cami, thanks for being here today. How are you doing?
Fabulous, fierce, and on fire. Thanks for asking.
Fabulous, fierce, and on fire is what Cami is up to. And what is your fun, fabulous, fierce, and on fire fun fact, Cami, please?
Fun fact is I was adopted and born in Key West. And now that I have my RV, you can find me hula hooping on top of it anywhere in America as I travel down and visit the motherland of Key West.
That is absolutely extraordinary, Cami. Congratulations on your truly amazing life. And thank you so much for being here today. By the way, what's up with the beautiful fun of hula hooping on top of it? Like, where does that originate from?
I just love to hula hoop. I feel like it's spinning my chakras and my aura and my energy and just gets it nice and swirly. And it keeps my waist thin, and getting on top of the RV is just a good way to grab attention because I like to be seen and be heard.
Well, you're going to be seen and heard today. We have chakras being enlivened and enlightened by hula hooping, Gina, and we have somebody to hang out with, Cami.
Hi, Lorelei. Thank you for taking this Zoom with me. It's a pleasure. I'm so glad that Lori introduced us. It's nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you as well.
Awesome. Well, the reason why we're getting on this call is she tells me that you're really, really heart-centered, that you have a soft spot for children specifically, and that you're wanting to grow your real estate company. Tell me a little bit about your history with wanting to do something for the kids.
Oh, I love this question. And the fact that you are asking me this means you're very heart-centered as well and want to serve. Well, my area with helping children would be, I do now actually would like to be more involved, but I do help children who have experienced childhood trauma due to abuse and neglect. And that is very dear to my heart because I was one of those kids who experienced trauma. And I feel like it's my mission and purpose now. It's so funny that we've connected. That's amazing.
Well, about a year, 14 months ago, I stumbled across the craziest secret real estate niche that's funding nonprofits by the billions. And as I get out and talk to a lot of people about this, I only am introduced to heart-centered people who want to make a difference and make money at the same time. Business is business. But I always find that when people are, whether they love veterans or they want to help kids in sports or, animals, whatever it is, there's always a story behind that. So thank you for sharing that with me. Are there any specific children nonprofits that you like to get behind?
Yes. I like to get behind Steven Tyler's Janie's Fund. That's one of my big choices. Yes. And then I love, we have something in my area called Orangewood, which helps teens who are struggling and kind of disconnected as well.
Thank you for sharing that. What are the ways that they typically fundraise? I'm sure you help with that.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, a lot of the time, leaders in the community, such they could be attorneys, people on different boards like Chalk Hospital, they pull together and create black tie events. That's a really fabulous way to create awareness and donations and funding.
Well, I'll bet that your black tie events, just like most people's, have either been canceled or not very well attended with the pandemic going on. And that's why when I learned about this in March, I really went full bore learning about charitable real estate so that I could help people whose fundraising has fallen flat. Real estate's hot and fundraising is not.
Mm-hmm. Right. I'd love to speak more, but I have a call coming in. Can I give you a call back, please? I'll be right back. Thank you.
Excellent job, Cami. How'd that feel for you?
Good. I'm ready to get to the next part.
All right, awesome job. And let's get to, first of all, Lorelai, how'd that feel for you? If you had like one word for the level of connection, what would it be?
Synergistic.
Nice. Excellent. Great job, Cami. Thank you, Lorelai. And David, 30 seconds of feedback, please, first for Cami. 15 seconds on what worked, 15 seconds on what could be optimized, and then a score on a scale 1 to 10. David, please.
So Cami, right off the bat, had immediate rapport because of they had shared emotionality on their causes, which was very impactful, and that would create rapport right away. So I would give Cami, out of a 10, I'd give her an 8.9.
Yeah, so right off the bat, I think that Cami definitely knows how to connect with people really, really quickly. You could feel that connection almost instantaneously. Yes. It was very interesting and kind of enlightening to watch somebody to be able to just kind of flip that switch and be so synergistic, as you said, with that. And that was really fascinating. I'd actually give her, a 9 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10, because I felt like that energy was there. And I really feel like that second half of that call is going to go exactly the way she wants it to go.
Yeah, I agree. Cami had an instant connection. I mean, one of the things that you learn when you're engaging people is you got to build rapport. And she did that on an emotional level, right? People don't care about what you know until they know how much you care. And I think she, went into that almost immediately. And the way you can see that is the way Lorelai was like, oh, this is resonant. It resonated, right? Like you could feel that. And when you can feel something, that's top notch. So I definitely give, probably a 9.5 as well. I mean, really little to criticize.
Hi, Cami. Thank you so much for waiting for me. Appreciate it.
Oh, Lorelai, I know how in demand your time is. And, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to get in touch with you. These fundraisers being canceled or not very well attended is really putting a damper on all of the nonprofits. And, with your real estate company wanting to attract really high net worth clients and a high caliber of real estate agent, I mean, we could talk about ways to have real estate donated. The average amount of a donation from real estate is $550,000. That's way better than a bake sale or a barbecue or a ballroom function for you and the kids, right?
That is very true. Sounds like it.
And I love how we can pull together your CPA friends, your financial advisor friends, your mortgage friends. The whole community comes together. So Charitable Real Estate, what we do is we actually remove the risk for any of the nonprofits. I've partnered with a 501c3 whose sole reason for existing is to accept donations of real estate and partner with all of the 1.3 million nonprofits, starting with yours for the children, especially when you bring in all of the sports figures and all of the artists that Janie's Place and all that. We could actually bring in $10 million rather quickly. And the beauty of it is there's no fundraiser involved. How does that sound?
It sounds intriguing.
Awesome. Well, what we do is we typically just have a conversation with you and any of your marketing people, any of your recruiting team, any of your fundraising friends, anyone that you think would really like to hear how our goal is to have $1 billion of real estate donated to nonprofits worldwide by 2025 just through our group. And actually in 2019, there was $8 billion already donated just in that 1 year. And I know with your contacts, we can actually get this up to $1 billion a year. So how about we just get together, have a little girl chat, find out exactly who you'd like to have in that first conversation and get some money to those kids and all the other nonprofits that need it.
Wonderful. It sounds amazing. I really love that.
I'd love to help you and the children. Let's get that set up.
Awesome. Looking forward to it.
I don't know if we're
Great job. Great job.
Thank you.
All right. So Sean.
Sean thought there was 30 seconds left. So
No. It was all good. Yes. So Cami, outstanding job. Heard the entire thing. billion in real estate, extraordinary. And just Cami, a quick thought. The 8 billion that you mentioned, like where does that come from? What is that?
There are several different people like Dr. Russell James who have lots of statistics around all of what I'm talking about. The 8 billion comes from donations of real estate, and typically about half of that comes through 3 nonprofits only out of the 1.3 million. So it's a very, very secret niche in real estate. And what we're doing is we're certifying real estate agents to understand how this works, and we pay them a full commission. By the way, Lorelei, your agents will get a full commission as they're helping to fund these nonprofits.
Well, there's a lot to talk about here, Cami. That's an extraordinary job. Thank you very, very much.
Sean thought there was 30 seconds left, so we
No. It was all good. Yes. So Cami, outstanding job. Heard the entire thing. $1 billion in real estate, extraordinary. And just Cami, a quick thought. The 8 billion that you mentioned, like where does that come from? What is that?
There are several different people like Dr. Russell James who have lots of statistics around all of what I'm talking about. The 8 billion comes from donations of real estate, and typically about half of that comes through 3 nonprofits only out of the 1.3 million. So it's a very, very secret niche in real estate. And what we're doing is we're certifying real estate agents to understand how this works, and we pay them a full commission. By the way, Lorelei, your agents will get a full commission as they're helping to fund these nonprofits.
Well, there's a lot to talk about here, Cami. That's an extraordinary job. Thank you very, very much.
Good.
Thanks. And how about for Cami, Bob?
Cami, she is really smooth. Obviously, she's done this 1,000 times and has got such a clear, concise messaging, and she does it with passion. The only slight changes I would have made is like when you talked about the barbecue and sort of that whole thing, you were a little bit more open-ended about it. And I would just say, you'd agree, yes. Like I'd actually say the yes at the end with a question mark. And then when I said, how about we get together? It was more open-ended again. I would go, when would be great, or when would best be to meet with you? Would it be Monday at 2:00 or Friday at 5:00 for 30 minutes?
Score is?
She was a 9. She was just
Nice.
Cami built on her tremendous rapport from the beginning and then tied it into some very nice macro ideas about the industry that she has a very secret niche in that Lorelei would definitely be very intrigued to know much more about, because the numbers, even to me, actually boggle my mind, and I'm sure boggle Lorelei's mind. And that was impressive to me. And on a score, she was 8.9 before, I'd go up to a 9.2.
So Cami has obviously done this many, many, many times. You can tell that she is just so fluid and seamless with this, and in the connection portion of this. She connects very easily. She got to the point of what she wanted to say. I kind of agree and disagree with the open-endedness. I like when people are more open-ended and less direct, because that gives me as a client the opportunity to make the decision on my own without somebody deciding for me. But that's me personally. And I liked that. I really enjoyed it. So I would have given her 10.
Wow. Boom. 10 on the Real Raw. So we'll come back to that in a second.
This was enjoyable. And I got to say, Cami, just phenomenal. There's no question about it. She's done this many times. I was up against a pro, but I love the challenge.
Hey, would any of us expect any less from Cami, the hula hoop dancing on top of our
I don't think so. So Cami, we have done approaching 500 Real Raws in total. We have like Ted and TEDx. You're on the Real Raw. We have Real Raw Opens. And I would say, without a doubt, that we've had Les Brown on, Brad Sugars on, Joseph McClendon, Chris Crone, folks from the world of TV attorneys, TV accountants, extraordinary people. Your performance today was one of the top 10 most extraordinary out of 2,000 plus people we've had on. So I just want to acknowledge you. Thank you for being here, and you did a tremendous job.
And she finished early.
I'm sorry?
And she finished early. That's how concise and clear and engaged she was.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So great job, Cami.